the deen of Allah that we're talking about, facing reality. It's being snatched from under our feet, and you know what? We're not even noticing. Have we become regular? If we have we learned? Are we passing the baton to the next generation? Do we encourage people to learn? And I tell you what, the scholars are in their dozens. Select someone who is genuine, authentic, who teaches you the Quran and the Sunnah and speaks in a way that's palatable to you. Perhaps someone who encourages and motivates you to go beyond where you are, but keep it going, do not stop. And don't get stuck because someone said something about another, someone said something about you, someone said something about that. They will always talk. From the beginning they've spoken, right up to the end they will speak. The minute you have something good, people have to talk about you. They must say things. The minute, for example, it's not prohibited to have a lovely motor vehicle, right? I'm sure every one of us, I tweeted about it today, we all would love to have a nice car or something, a nice house. We all have our aim, our eyes are set on something. I'm going to get a better job, a better salary, a better house, a better car. What else? Okay, these guys are just looking at me like, don't say it. Okay, fine, fair enough. For as long as halal, it's okay. I promise you, it's okay to be focused on that to a degree for as long as your primary focus is, I want to have a better relationship with Allah. Because if you've had nothing of all of that, and you've had a good relationship with Allah or a better, and you're improving as the days pass, wallahi, it's a sign of the mercy of Allah. But if you haven't, it's a sign of rejection, subhanallah. Anyway, the minute you get a better job, and sometimes Allah gives it to us, and He does. You get a better salary, you buy a better car, you will notice people comment about you. Some of them may be positive, they'll be happy for you, but a lot of them will start saying, you stealing, you pinching, you on drugs, you doing drugs, you peddling, you watting, you evading taxes, you doing this, because that's how they were. It says more about them than it does about you. Enjoy your car. When you're passing them, you can hoot, Salaam alaikum, mashallah. Would you like a ride, brother? Mashallah. You can take it for a day. I don't mean it in an arrogant way, but what I mean is, thank Allah for what you have. Thank Allah. Don't be selfish. Sometimes Allah will bless you with something He did not bless others with. It's okay. Be humble. Be humble. Treat people with utmost respect. When you speak to others, make sure you don't turn them away from the deen of Allah. Sometimes because we are practicing, we end up looking at others as though, you know what, there's no place for you here. Whereas, when I speak, I'm going to tell you something about myself, okay? I actually tell some of the people, if you're praying 5 times a day, don't listen to me. Please go and listen to other scholars who are a little bit more hard and harsh, because you know what? You need to graduate to another level. I've specialized in grassroots. Someone far away, that's my specialization. I'm going to come to you. I'm going to make you feel so loved by Allah. And I'm going to come to you and make you feel like you have these opportunities you definitely need to seize. And I'm not going to say statements that will chase you away from the deen, but I'll keep reminding you in a positive way, because the world is filled with so much distraction and it has so much of hopelessness in it that if I were to offer you some hope, I'm quite sure you would relate to it and you'd come. There we are. And that's the reason why it's important to reach out to people. You don't know their struggles. You don't know you don't know what they've been through. You don't have a clue what suffering they have been through. I know of reverts who have lost nearly everything. They come to Islam and then they are judged by some of the Muslims and distracted to the degree that they begin to cry and say, oh Allah, you guided me to the deen, but look at the people around. So I've told some of them, Allah chooses whom He wishes to support people like you, because Allah Almighty will not just have anyone and everyone come and appreciate such great people. Imagine quitting your entire system in order to come to the deen of Allah. And on top of that, being rejected by those who claim to be followers of the deen of Allah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Another reality we can face. How many reverts have we had whom, when they want to get married, the parents of the other party just say, no, these people are reverts. You can't do that. Isn't it a reality? Forget about reverts. Even if you're from the other country in the subcontinent, or from the other side of the river in the same country, they do the same sometimes. I think it's changing now because the rivers were flooded. Allah grant us ease. May Allah protect all of us. Actually, it's not a nice thing, but it's happening. It's a reality. I always tell the people, well, Abu Bakr was a revert, Umar was a revert, Uthman was a revert, Ali radiallahu anhum jami'an, Allah be pleased with them. They were all reverts. Imagine if these parents were there. They say, no, he's a revert. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. It's not easy, but sometimes it has to be. I've known of some of the happiest couples. Some of the happiest couples. The reverts. They'll probably teach you a thing or two, because when they learn the deen, a lot of the times they're more passionate about it because they've already seen the darkness on the other side. And many times, people who are born Muslim, they haven't really compared things. They've been born in the deen. They don't appreciate it as much as they should, simply because they haven't been there.